And we are live. Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of the Crypto Bull. In today's episode, we'll be taking a look towards a token called BTC20. Now, this episode is going to be a tad different from previous episodes in the sense that generally I go towards CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko in order to get all the information available concerning the token or cryptocurrency project I am about to analyze. However, in this instance, this is practically a very new coin. And people have reached out to me and said, can you take a look at that one, please? It is from your native country. They are from Belgium. It would be great to see what it is all about, how it functions, etc., etc. So I'll be working with very, very, very limited information. And I am pretty sure this video will need to have follow-up videos in due time as soon as the project evolves more and more of the roadmap is being covered. However, I'm a guy who keeps his promise, and to that I say from the guy from Crypto Belgium reached out to me in a private message. Here we go. This is the live analysis you've asked for. So let's hope it will be to your liking. So as mentioned, I'll be working with quite some limited information, and the only information I will need to be starting with is their main website. By reason, well, they aren't listed on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap yet. I've done some other research beforehand to see if they are maybe mentioned on another platform, I'm going to say, like, I don't know, Coin Paprika or something, but I couldn't really find anything. And the reason thereof is rather simple. Their ICO or initial coin offering has ended quite recently. As you guys could see, BTC20 is now sold out, ticker BTC20. With that, we already know that it has something to do with proof of stake and Bitcoin related. However, as I said, we're going to explore what they are about, what the red flags are, what we need to watch out for, investment worthy, yada, 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 yada. Now, in some of my pre-research I've done, there was the ICO. You could buy for $1, a few BTC20 on beforehand. It was their initial coin offering, and it helped them to leverage funds. On a personal note, you guys know I'm not always as objective, even though I try to be. ICOs, I always say, watch out with something like that. An ICO generally means there's an entire development team or even a foundation or a guard or an entire centralized group behind it, which is steering the project, meaning there's a centralized sentiment going on. So do watch out already. So let's just see what they are about. Let's get back into Bitcoin. For a short time in 2011, Bitcoin traded for $1. We're repeating this point in Bitcoin's lifecycle as an ERC20 token. An ERC20 token, it means that it is Bitcoin made available on the Ethereum blockchain. And I'm going to shield myself a little bit here. But since this is an educational channel and I have the vague impression we will be having a short video, I'm going to try to prolong it a little bit. I'm doing here we go, token standards, Binance, and here we have it, Ethereum. This is a little guide, a little help I've written down for people who just started in cryptocurrency and want to know what all these standards are and what they represent. So I gave you guys a little overview, what it means, but what exactly are these? What are token standards, token contracts, plain terms, digital algorithms, yada, yada, yada. I'm scrolling quickly through it. This is the main meat. So the ERC20, or its full name, Ethereum Request for Command 20 standard, allows for the creation of fungible tokens on the Ethereum blockchain. Fungible token just means that a token created can be exchanged with another same token. It is best to visualize fungibility as such. 1 BTC equals 1 BTC, 1 Ethereum equals 1 Ethereum, 1 Pepe equals 1 Pepe, and so forth. meaning you can exchange one Bitcoin for another by reason they both have the same value and there exist multiple coins. So we all know there's 21 million Bitcoin to ever exist, and each one Bitcoin has the same value and can be interchanged without loss of value. That's basically what I'm saying here. Furthermore, implies that each token created with this standard is equal to any other created by the developer. As explained, tokens created with the ERC20 standard are useful for things such as medium of exchange, like traditional cryptocurrency and fiat money, voting rights within the built ecosystem, and governance tied with voting rights. So voting rights and governance, they're a bit the same, but you catch my drift. To get a villain view of the capabilities of ERC20 tokens, it suffices to look up all tokens created using ERC20. Quick overview, we have, and actually that's Ethereum, BTC, Uniswap, TUSD. Yeah, those are all ERC20 tokens, and actually Ethereum itself. As you guys can see, a few ones pop out. You've got Chainlink, Uniswap, KB, Maker, Sandbox, etc., etc. ApeCoin as well, Gala. So you see, ERC20 tokens are already, to say, can have multiple functions and can be used in a variety of ways. This as a small lesson here. So let's get back into Bitcoin. So understand that it is an ERC20 token. However, the important with an ERC20 token is its limitations that it has. So that's one of the reasons why back on my, I closed it down. It doesn't want to. No worries. So as you guys have seen on my website in the explanation of ERC20 tokens, most comes down to governing rights, voting rights, and natural fungibility like use for standard currency. So there isn't really anything about NFTs, etc. Just keep that one in mind. It's a very important thing. By reason, this just had an ICO, initial coin offering, and there's a roadmap involved, as you guys can see. We'll look into that later on. But it is important to know the capabilities and limitations of an ERC20 token. That generally, well, I'm saying this just by reason that you know what it is capable of and how certain promises might be more sketchy or complicated than they are showing. So watch out. Anyway, what is BTC20? Is a green ERC20 version of Bitcoin built on the Ethereum blockchain. A verified staking contract will release BTC20 tokens in line with the original block rewards schedule. Stake BTC20 and earn a percentage of these rewards through a new proof of stake mechanism. Basically, what does they say? They are saying, look, we are launching BTC20, which is Bitcoin made on the Ethereum blockchain, meaning they are doing, I hope, some kind of fair launch. And instead of saying, look, we are going to create a Bitcoin with a proof of stake, they're saying, nope, we're taking a new coin. We give it approximately the same parameters as original Bitcoin. With that, they probably mean every 10 minutes, approximately a new block being produced, probably a market cap of 21 million coins to ever circulate, an inbuilt halving event, I hope, that they're implementing, and that all being made into a smart contract and deployed on Ethereum. Stake BTC and a percentage, yeah, and also there's the promise of yield if you start staking. This promise of yield, I know yield isn't mentioned directly here, but generally if you see stake BTC20 and earn a percentage of these rewards through a new stake mechanism, that's a long-winded way to say yield. For my Muslim brothers, I would say that's haram. So this coin already isn't something for you guys, sadly enough. well, sadly enough, I was a bit too quick there. Just know it is haram due to reasons as written in the Quran, and which I have explained and had explained a few times in Abu Americans, the syndicate group where I'm one of the crypto guys helping out. Anyway, it's Bitcoin on Ethereum. We're recreating the state of the Bitcoin blockchain and token supply from 2011, when there were only 6.05 million BTC in circulation. Total supply, as I thought, will be 21 million. Up to 6.05 million tokens will be sold in pre-sale at $1 each. All unsold tokens, a minimum of 14.95 million, will be locked in a staking contract to reward BTC20 stakers. Stake to earn BTC20. With every original Bitcoin block confirmation, a number of BTC tokens will be released and distributed to stakers in line with Bitcoin release schedule. After pre-sale, BTC20 holders can stake their tokens to receive a share of the staking rewards. More BTC20 you stake, the higher your rewards. That's yield. The BTC20 staking contract will release tokens as per the Bitcoin block schedule over approximately 120 years. Okay. Easy to use. Using BTC20 is easier than BTC since Ethereum has become the most used blockchain outside of Bitcoin because of its smart contract functionality and versatility. Buy the new Bitcoin at its lowest ever price. Use your regular MetaMask or other wallet apps. Seeing MetaMask is highlighted, that's going to be MetaMask most of the time. I want to warn you guys about MetaMask. I mean, it's a very handy extension in your browser to keep your cryptocurrency in. However, where it concerns safety, well, those of the school of 2021 and 2022 in crypto know that MetaMask isn't really as secure as it should be. Anyway, decentralized self-custody of BTC20 tokens. Technically, if you're working on the Ethereum network, any wallet which accepts Ethereum, such as MetaMask and others, and allows for other tokens to be staked, which are native to the Ethereum network, technically the BTC20 tokens should be accepted. Making tiny Bitcoin, buying BTC20. So that we already know, that's some talk here. Email address. You can also connect to the website using your email address thanks to Web3 authentication. Okay, swap, pay for your BTC20 tokens with Ethereum on Ethereum or BNB on BNB chain. So it is available on BNB chain? Thought it was an ERC20 token. Anyway, you can also pay with USDT on either of these two networks. Remember to keep enough Ethereum or BNB in your wallet to pay for gas. And that's already that's already going to be problematic. More on that later. Bangkok transactions are powered by what third-party provider and require a crypto wallet address to proceed. Claim. You'll be able to claim your BTC20 tokens at the end of the pre-sale period before the project goes public. Dates for claim and launch will be announced. Claiming will be on the Ethereum network, so it is an ERC20 token with possible breaches towards BNB. You guys heard me mention. I can't highlight it. Remember to keep enough Ethereum or BNB in your wallet to pay for gas. Ethereum is notorious for their gas fees. And with that, I mean that they tend to be on the higher side. And I'm going to show you guys what exactly. It seems to be quite calm still. However, on OpenSea, yeah, those are NFTs. But for simple swaps, $12.52. That's on the lowish side. USDT transfer $3.67. Considering the dollar and the euro being quite close approximately currently, those are factual prices you will be paying for a simple transaction. They aren't as high as during the last bull run. However, during this bear market, even I've seen, well, gas fees and transaction costs in excess of $20 already. So I'm going to say do watch out. Deploying on the Ethereum network has a few disadvantages. The gas fees being one, and you will need quite a lot of Ethereum in order to cover your transaction costs, to such an extent that you can't even move certain small numbers. Say, for example, you've bought for $10 on BTC20. Well, if we do the USDT transfer, $3.67, that implies that more than 1/3 of your initial investment goes to transaction fees. If you move it once again, that's 2/3. So you're not really going to make a profit here. So do watch out with that. So those are the gas guzzlers. Yeah, we don't even need to go that far. Those are the historical gas prices. A few days ago, pricing in Gwei, max 402, average 50 Gwei. We're currently at 34. Just say we double it, and well, you can say $2, etc. So it is on the not so lowish side. So do watch out with the gas fees. Currently they are low, but when the bull run starts and everything picks up, those prices will start to rise. I've made a prediction last year, no, not last year, 3 years ago for the bull run of 2021. I even highlighted it during the bull run. Gas fees and transaction fees were insanely high. They have made an attempt, but it failed by reason in September 2021 when they released their update, which would fix the transaction fees. It didn't do squat because back then they were still on proof of work and the blocks were simply full. The entire network was congested, which gave rise to such high fees. So same is going to happen next year and will give the impression Ethereum is big in market cap, but in reality, it's entirely congested and no one can move their funds. Simple as that. Anyway, roadmap. Phase 1, pre-sale and token distribution. During the initial pre-sale phase, 3 million BTC20 tokens will be sold at a symbolic price of $1 each. Mirror 2011 markets that we know. Third quarter up until fourth quarter. 2023, by the end of this year, beginning of next year, launch and staking activation. Following pre-sale, BTC20 team will deploy secure and immutable staking contract. This contract will lock all sold tokens with a minimum of 14.95 million, serving as a cornerstone of the token's staking mechanism. Users will have the opportunity to stake their BTC20 tokens and participate in distribution of staking rewards, meaning you buy low. Well, actually, what I'm reading here is a little bit on how Hex functioned. You buy the coins, you stake them, and you get more in return. In a certain sense, that can be, well, according to the Hex community, and do realize I'm not a fan of Hex, that's actually an inflationary move. And people were believing, yeah, but we will get more money, in hopes that this Bitcoin, this BTC20 token, actually has some decent backing, and through smart contracts and use of oracles and backing can maintain a higher value. But if it isn't backed and merely based on supply and demand, this right here is a hyperinflationary phase, meaning that you will probably lose your money quite badly, even unless they implement some additional securities here, but I doubt it. Anyway, BTC20 team will focus on continuous development and expansion of the project. Key objectives include enhancing the staking contract security and efficiency, exploring potential partnerships with strategic players, and expanding the utility of BTC20 within decentralized applications. expanding utility. Yeah, apart from we are now Bitcoin on Ethereum, there isn't really any other utility currently going on. There's no additional incentives, so we're left a little bit wanting here. 2025 onwards, phase 4, long-term sustainability. It aims to achieve the long-term sustainability. The staking contract will continue to reward BTC20 tokens to stakers in alignment with the Bitcoin release schedule, extending over a span of approximately 120 years. This gradual token release mechanism ensures a fair and measured distribution of rewards, providing enduring incentives for long-term community engagement. Coincidentally, 2024, this year, when they say development and expansion, is when the actual Bitcoin halving will take place. 2025, where they are talking about long-term sustainability, is coincidentally the frequently touted next bull run. Well, the bull run for the next cycle after the halving in 2024. So where it concerns timing, I might say they have done well. However, it will only become more interesting if these guys have survived longer than one cycle and a half. 2026 will be their, I'm not going to say Waterloo, but their period of showing merit. Was this a simple cash grab, or is there more to it? Now, I know I may not be as harsh against these guys because they just launched and they want to launch and they did their initial coin offering, and everyone deserves a fair chance, but it isn't the first time I'm seeing something like this. So, and of course, this is an educational channel, and I do not give financial advice. I want to give you guys insights on how you should read things. But there is always some ulterior reasoning behind it, behind certain movements and launches, etc. So, white paper goal behind BTC20 is to give people a chance to buy a more versatile version of Bitcoin at a price of just $1. Okay. Built on Ethereum with smart contract, that we know. Read our white paper to understand more about BTC20. Let's see here. It's a PDF version that I like to see. Intro to economics, staking, roadmap, conclusion. It's probably, yeah, it's what I thought. This is basically everything what has been written on the website, just put in a small, decent white paper. Though I am wondering that the copy made of the Bitcoin logo here as a thingy isn't as sharp as it should be. So yeah, this white paper basically reads what they are doing, staking. It's basically what is being told on the website here. So I assume this white paper will be more elaborated on in the future, more expanded as the roadmap develops. The only thing which is a shame here is that I do not see the technical details. I'd love to have an idea about their token contract. You know what? I'm going to make it a good, decent effort here to see the token contract. And just to verify if it's legit or not. Because that's something like I said, Avenue Louise, Brussels, Belgium. Contact support. Join Telegram group. I checked earlier, there wasn't really any message in it. So when will, so basically everything being asked here has been mentioned on site. There isn't much details here. Upgraded version, yada yada yada. So how to buy. So these are all things we've already seen. They did make the effort to have it in a variety of languages. However, seeing that much makes me doubt that they are that known everywhere. I'm going to do a little test here. Yes, for the guys that do not know, I speak multiple languages. French is one of them. Why did I switch to French? Just to see if they didn't have an automated translation bot here. Stacker, gagner, ouais. I do have the impression they're making use of an automated translation bot. Some words in French are a bit weirdly chosen. Let's see here. This is an ICO holder. It's a review. Or only yada yada yada. ICO details. As of date, only 22% has been reached. Still ongoing. Their target $6 million US. Ticker total value currently 6,050,000. Available in pre-sale. Power of staking that we already know. Name roadmap. It's cool. July, August. So they are growing. Those are the members on Telegram. Very low, but that's all right. So do watch out with that one. What I'm trying to find here is their smart contract address, because that's something I want to check up on. Because they toe out that it is an ERC20 token, but I want to know, are they or aren't they? And quite frankly, I'm not seeing it. Let's take a look at their social media. Perhaps on Twitter, I may find a few details. There we go. So this is their official website, social media. Welcome to yada yada yada. Take a quick peek here. Does it redirect somewhere? No. What a shame. Claiming dates, okay. Staking countdown, 7 days to go. So in 7 days, they will allow you to stake your tokens. You can stake starting from 9th of August and claim on 10th. Okay. Previous Twitter extended, sold out on 31st of July. Okay. And that's about it. Only following Elon Musk. Perhaps through the followers, there's only 1,000, etc. Yeah, I'm trying to see here for something that I can attach to, but the team isn't renowned. Yeah, I'm thinking what I can verify here. Let's do it like this. Now, I've got to warn you guys, do not be surprised by reason. Well, I've been on a blocking spree here by reason of this. We've got suddenly contact center. Got the Germans, CST. So they did went out of their way to create multiple accounts here. But let's see here. Treats development, perhaps there something being mentioned. That could be the original one. Yeah, as you guys can tell, I've unplugged already quite a few. So this doesn't look all too good if you've got that much support teams. Click it. So that page. Seems to be a genuine deal. That's it. So yeah, I don't really have anything to further go on here. So I'll just stop sharing my screen here and head on straight over towards synopsis. So BTC20 token, I dare say it is ambitious, but not something that I would call unique. From most of the things that I'm seeing from their website and how they go about, scam is one of the very first things which come to my mind. Now, I want to give everything a fair assessment and everything a fair chance. It isn't the first time that certain cryptocurrencies are being launched and give the impression of being, well, simple Ponzi schemes and give me your money and we disappear kind of thing. So I'll give them that. This is something to keep in the back of your mind and from time to time look up to. However, I am not really willing, from what I've seen, to invest some dollars or euros in the project itself, even for the ICO. By reason, there are quite a few red flags here, also quite a few dangers, in the sense that if you've taken a close look at a roadmap and like what I mentioned during the live stream, whereby I compared it towards Hex, from which the founder recently has been arrested on, fraudulent, with fraudulent lawsuit, etc. Well, it gives us the same vibes as Hex, meaning that you can buy the coins for a low price and you start staking them and you can earn more. That was the use case of Hex. That's the same argument that everyone said, don't step into Hex, by reason it is going to be a scam. And it actually is. It is a hyperinflationary coin. And if you were to pop up now on CoinGecko and look up Hex and see its price action, it went nicely up during the bull run, but crashed down tremendously. And now, even with the arrest of Richard Hart, it's dead. The community is grasping at straws here, but the project has been dead from the beginning. It is something which collapsed. And I suspect something is going to occur with this one, especially where it concerns timing. You see, in all these years, I can't say years even now, I've been doing this for about 3 years approximately, that I've been doing these live stream analyses, I have encountered coins which have been launched just before a Bitcoin halving, and they were like, yeah, we're not really alive, and suddenly veer up after the halving, straight into the bull run, and people were like, whoa, look at this one go, it's the future, the next Bitcoin. After the bull run, bear market, everything crashes down, developers stop, and it's over. The coin doesn't move anymore. And you remain with a very small community of people who says, yeah, it will happen again, and etc., and shill, only because they've lost so much money and are trying to make it back because they bought at the top. And I see this happening with this BTC20 token. The maximalist, Bitcoin maximalist in me, saying it's going to be a shitcoin. By reason they are trying to reinvent the wheel and make it square. In the sense that their official, how to say, improvement of Bitcoin is by saying, yeah, it's much greener, it's more energy efficient because it makes use of proof of stake, because it is Ethereum based. I mean, okay, you do not need miners which use quite a lot of energy to mine your coins. However, for the guys following me on Twitter know that I've been sharing news articles from a guy who did some study on Bitcoin mining, and whereby it became apparent that actually Bitcoin mining is much greener than almost everyone thinks or anticipated on, by reason that many miners make use of renewable energy sources in order to push down their energy costs. So in a sense, meh. Proof of stake in itself, and people know I'm not a fan of proof of stake in the setting of using it as a consensus mechanism for peer-to-peer electronic cash system for use of money. By reason, proof of stake invites centralization. The Ethereum Foundation is something centralized, and I do know not many people like hearing that it is the truth. By reason, there is a foundation who says we'll be updating the chain and we will be doing that improvement and that improvement and that improvement, all the EIPs which exist. I mean, the transition from proof of work, and I'm talking Ethereum here, from proof of work towards proof of stake implies that it is a centralized entity behind it. And so them being an ERC20 token means they are listening to the Ethereum developers. They are on top of it. And then you have the developers of the BTC20 token. It's going to be a centralized thingy right there. So that's another red flag which will be occurring. Something else. Yeah, most importantly, I couldn't verify the contract address. And that is one of my most standard things I want to be able to do. I want to see source code. I want to be able to verify the code. So I had no GitHub link. I had no contract address, however, to verify the code itself, how the smart contract is built. I'm going to assume there's none, that it is just an initial coin offering, and that the coins being offered here are IOUs, and that they are still developing the smart contract itself on how it should function. So on that regard, I dare say that the ICO is way too early. You're actually paying and supporting a project which hasn't got anything to show for currently. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, I give everything a fair chance. I try to remain as objective as possible, and it might be the case within a few months' time I will need to revisit this one, if there's enough demand for it, naturally. And say, okay, the code has made available, I can verify the contract address now, see for plenty of loopholes, how distribution works, etc., etc. But at this point in time, I have nothing. And the fact that they already leveraged $6 million is fine for them, but do know that the people who invested in this one already, there's a high chance you might risk losing your money. That is the plain fact. With that, I'm going to end this episode. I thank you guys all for watching, and you know the drill. If you like the content I put out, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. You can find me on a variety of social media like Instagram, Facebook, mainly on Twitter. I've got my own Telegram channel. I'm also open on LinkedIn. And naturally, there's this channel and the website I've shown you earlier, which explains the ERC20 standards. And with that, I'm going to end this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and up until next time.